Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told out of Voice of Radio. So today, I've got really good news about the Pokemon trading card game, and I've got kind of bad news, honestly, about the Pokemon trading card game. Let me explain. You see, what's gone and happened is there's been a press release sent out today by the Pokémon Company International announcing that they have entered into an agreement to purchase the Millennium Print Group. And at this stage, some of you might be thinking, Wassy, I come here for you to tell me about Pokemon cards, Pokemon products, things of that nature. I don't really care about Pokemon buying some printing company. Why should I care? And the reason you should care is because basically this, if it works, and then there's all kinds of ifs, buts, and maybes, but if it works, it means great things for Pokemon cards, printing of them, things of that nature. So basically what's happened here is that they have entered into an agreement to purchase North Carolina-based Millennium Print Group, a manufacturer and printer of trading cards and associated packaging in the US. Now, two pretty important things here. Firstly, the two companies have been business partners since 2015, with Millennium Print Group serving as longtime printers of the Pokemon Company International's best-selling product, the Pokemon trading card game. That's important thing number one. Important thing number two, with this acquisition, the Pokemon Company International aims to further develop Millennium Print Group's capabilities, infrastructure and scale to become a premier printer of trading cards serving the broader industry. Millennium Print Group will continue to operate as a separate, autonomous organization, but will gain both investment and industry expertise from the Pokemon Company International. So there's basically two ways you can do a takeover like this. You can either buy them out and then run it yourself, or you can buy them because you like what they do, but you want to essentially own them as well. Why would you own them? Couple of reasons. Firstly, exclusivity. I don't know if Millennium Print Group does do printing for other games. It's not an area of expertise. I've not looked into the company that much. However, they clearly print a lot of different stuff. But if you wanted them to, they now could be. And also, it gives control. Now, I don't think I'm going to be able to give you a big, long, exhaustive list of all the reasons why this is awesome, but here are just a few examples of how this could help out in terms of regular customers in the Pokemon TCG. Quality control. I know it's kind of trendy nowadays to talk about the quality control of Pokemon cards. We've all seen examples of ones that weren't perfect, although I really do need to point out here that just because you see a bunch of examples online, it's not actually indicative of this is horrendous. You're seeing the examples. However, there's always room for improvement with stuff like this. I did an opening a little while ago with my miscut Cherim, which wasn't really miscut so much as ripped, and we've all seen those ridiculous miscuts. And in theory, Pokemon Company now owning this company means that they will be in charge of quality control, and it means that they will be, well, just in a better position to make sure this works. This is good, ladies and gentlemen. This is good. It also means leaks are probably going to become, shall we say, less common. Because we all know, and it's not something we cover on this channel for obvious reasons, there have been leaks out of these factories lately, which isn't an ideal thing. Astral Radiance, as an example, did have some of the booster pack artwork, which was revealed in advance of the set reveal because pictures were taken in a factory. This is the kind of stuff that, in theory, Pokemon can now have more control over. I'm not saying they're going to eliminate all leaks. I don't know is the honest answer, but I'm telling you they're going to be in a much better position to do so. Also, it could mean in terms of capacity, we all know sometimes products aren't printed in quite the numbers we like. If you own the printing company, you can basically turn around to the printing company that you own and go, hey, yeah, stop printing this other stuff, just print Pokemon. And there's all kinds of contracts you've got to deal with, and I understand all of this. However, it is important to note that it does give you options in terms of increasing capacity or moving production priorities and things of that nature. Though I feel at this stage I should be very, very clear. In the press release, there is a quote that comes from the president of the Pokemon Company International, And they do say, we aim to develop Millennium into an even better, bigger, state-of-the-art version of their already exceptional organization, benefiting not just Pokemon, but all of their customers. So I am not saying for a second that the Pokemon Company would turn around and go, right, well, now we own them, nobody cares about these other trading card games, let's just focus on Pokemon. Not what I'm saying at all. What I am saying is that there are options you have when you own the company, whether that's diverting some resources temporarily, whether that's increasing capacity, whether that's actually expanding the business, buying new factories, hiring more staff. There's a million different ways to do it that don't impact the other business you have. I'm just saying they have a whole bunch of options, and that is very good if you're someone who likes buying Pokémon TCG cards. And then, of course, along very similar lines, we could potentially have a faster turnaround. If there is a particular product that Pokemon want printed very quickly, if you own the printing company, you can basically divert the resources very easily in a way that you can't if you're partnered with them. If you're partnered with them, you have a contract and they will honour that contract and they'll do you a few solids along the way because you're partners. If you own the company, you can tell them what to do and you can make sure that their priorities are your priorities. So, although I'm not guaranteeing any of this, some of the effects could include better quality cards, better capacity, faster turnaround, and fewer leaks. All of which is really good for us as consumers. You could argue that the fewer leaks isn't good, I would argue that it is, because really, what's more fun? A proper reveal of the new set with nice clear images and cards picked out because they show the new set, etc., or leaks taken on a blurry potato cam in a factory by someone who shouldn't be there. I mean, come on. One of those is a lot more fun than the other as far as I'm concerned. So this is the kind of story that's going to fly under the radar for a bunch of people, and it's one you can absolutely ignore, but I would argue that over the next couple years, we are all going to see the effects of this, and this is brilliant. What I will tell you is, and this is very important, they've entered into an agreement to purchase. These purchases can take a while to conclude, and even after they conclude, it takes some time to actually change the way these companies work. There are going to be contracts that need to be honoured, things of that nature. You're not going to see the effects of this tomorrow. It will take a little while, but in theory, this will then start coming around, and this is awesome. This is, whether you care about it or not, and I completely understand some of you are not going to particularly care. Not everyone is as obsessed with business as I am, but man, this is awesome. Also, if you do want a nice little business term, Melkor reminded me of this one. This is an example of vertical integration. That is where you buy a company which is in the same line as you, but it's further up or down the chain. So Pokemon Company, they sell the cards, they don't make the cards, so they've gone backwards through the chain and bought the people that actually make them. It's something that's pretty common in business, and if I go back to teaching business at any point, this will be my go-to example of backwards vertical integration, and I, for one, am absolutely delighted. So let's finish off on a less cheery piece of news, and it's all to do with Battle Region being printed in Korea. Why do we care about Battle Region being printed in Korea? Well, here's the thing. Korea might be an Asian territory, however, they tend to have the same kind of card borders as us. And that is very important because we have yellow borders and Japan has those lovely silver borders, and that makes a difference. So when we had the character rares that were coming around in, for the first time in VMAX Climax, this was how we found out they were going to have yellow borders. We saw Octillery in Japan and it had the rather lovely silver border and it looked rather swish. Then we saw it in Korea and it then had the yellow border. And unfortunately, when it then got printed in English, once again, we're at the yellow border. Well, there's another new type of Pokemon card which is going to be coming out in the not-too-distant future, and that is your Radiant Pokemon. And I've told you this a few times before on this channel. Wait and try and see these in person. They are beautiful cards. They are absolutely wonderful. They don't look that impressive on scans, I'll be honest with you. I wasn't that impressed. And I heard people saying, oh man, they look so good. And I'm like, mate, I've got scanned them. They don't look that good. And then I opened some Battle Region and I saw them and I'm like, oh yeah, no, they really do look that good. They are stunning, ladies and gentlemen. But they're stunning with the silver borders. So we wait to see Korea, and yeah, the verdict's in. They've got yellow borders. And this is rubbish. Absolutely rubbish. Because look at them side by side. I know some people like the yellow borders, and that's absolutely fine. It's too in your face. I don't like it. It makes me sad. I don't want yellow borders on these Radiant Pokemon cards. And now this isn't a guarantee, remember. All this actually tells us for certain is that they've got yellow borders in Korea. However, at this stage, you're talking kind of like a 95% or more likely that they're going to have yellow borders over here. It is not confirmed, and anyone that tells you it's confirmed either works at a Pokemon company and is breaking their NDA, or doesn't actually know and they're lying to you. Not confirmed, but overwhelmingly likely, and I don't think they look as good. Now, I was struggling for a while to try and figure out why this is, and the lovely Primal Lugia went and put their finger on it, and they have actually explained really nicely why the yellow borders aren't as good. So they sent this tweet out. The discussion about yellow border cards is simple. Yellow is considered a bright colour, grey is considered a neutral colour. Naturally, yellow is going to clash more with most colours on Pokemon cards than grey. It's not whether you like it or not, it's visually noticeable. And basically what they've gone and done is put that in a lovely, eloquent way that I couldn't. That is exactly what the deal is here. It's not about whether you prefer it or not. It's about the fact that it is very noticeable and it is more likely to clash. And that is going to rub a few people the wrong way. Don't get me wrong, I'm still going to love these Radiant cards. They're still going to look stunning. But honestly, why can't they have grey borders? I understand regular cards have yellow borders. I have no problem with that. But special cards like this? Come on. Needs to be done. It's probably too late now, but hey-ho. So really good news. And unfortunately some less good news. There is still time. Maybe it's not all over, but yeah, it's unlikely at this stage, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like we're having the yellow borders, but I suppose it's one of those things where we can cross our fingers. Maybe we'll get lucky. For now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to know what you think about this, so let me know in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCG Radio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all that good stuff, head on over to patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can do exactly that. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.